Today, we are taking a deep dive into your financial life and your garage.
Exactly.
We're going to be dissecting the used car market, looking past all the badge hype and zeroing in on, pure mechanical value.
It's all about finding those absolute gold mines.
Mm.
The cars the market has just forgotten about, but every professional mechanic knows. They know these are the key to 300,000 miles of headache-free driving.
Right.
We're talking about escaping that whole cycle of overpaying for what you think is reliable.
And our sources for this, a whole stack of analyses and really firsthand accounts from people who actually turn wrenches for a living, they all point to the same three underrated sedans.
They do.
They call them Toyota-level reliability at entry-level pricing.
And that's our mission for you. We want to help you sidestep the market hype. Avoid paying that Toyota or Honda premium and find the cars that are cheap for one reason and one reason only.
And that is?
Public ignorance. We want to arm you with the knowledge to walk onto a lot and spot the cars that are mechanically sound, but I guess socially inviolable.
Okay, so we're counting down the top three, starting with an American car that secretly has some very deep European roots. All right, car number 3. It's the second-generation Buick Regal, which covers roughly 2011 to 2017.
Yep.
We're focusing on the 2015 model year around there. You can find these, and this is wild, easily for under $9,000.
And mechanics, they genuinely love seeing these come in because when they do need service, which isn't often, they are just shockingly simple and cheap to repair.
The irony is pretty thick here, isn't it? People see that Buick badge and they think, I don't know, old cheap GM part.
Yeah, they think it's their grandpa's car. But this generation of the Regal, it's fundamentally a European car. It was built on the Epsilon 2 platform, which was co-developed with Opel over in Germany.
So the bones are German, but the perception is a domestic bargain bin. Why does that engineering difference matter so much for the person paying the repair bill?
It matters for everything, for durability, for performance, and even for getting parts.
Yeah.
That 2.0L turbo four-cylinder, the LTG engine, it wasn't just slapped together. It won Ward's 10 best engines 3 years in a row. And here's the detail everyone misses. It uses a proper, robust 6-speed automatic transmission made by Aisin.
Wait, Aisin? That's the Japanese company.
The very same one that is the primary supplier for Toyota.
So you have German design, Japanese transmission quality, and American badge pricing.
It's the ultimate sleeper combination.
Okay, that sounds like a brilliant equation, but let's talk real money. We saw that comparison, a 2015 Regal versus a 2015 BMW 328i. Similar power, similar premium feel.
Yep.
But the BMW was $14,500 and the Regal was $8,900. So is that $5,600 difference the only win?
Oh, not even close. That $5,600, that's just the instant savings.
Yeah.
The real money you save, it grows dramatically when you factor in maintenance.
Okay, give us the repair comparison that really drives this point home.
It's the timing chain in the turbo. Let's start there. Timing chain on the Regal, which is rare to begin with, runs about $1,100.
Okay, and the BMW?
On the 328i, you are starting at $2,800 minimum. But the turbocharger, that's the night and day difference.
How so?
On the Regal, the turbo's right there. It's accessible. A good mechanic can have it out in 3 hours. On that BMW, it's practically buried under the intake manifold.
Oh, no.
You're disassembling half the engine. That repair can easily hit $3,200 just in labor.
Wow. Just labor.
Compared to maybe $800 to $1,000 on the Regal.
Yes.
It's a different world.
That completely reframes the value. But wait, if they're this good, why don't mechanics just buy them all up and flip them? Is there some kind of catch?
The catch is demand. The public demand is just low. And it's not parts because they share so much with global GM platforms.
Yeah.
The only thing holding it back is perception. People under 50, they just won't drive a Buick.
That badge aversion is what creates the discount.
Exactly.
So for a listener who's now thinking about this, what's the mechanical gotcha? What do you need to inspect?
3 things. First, check the PCV valve, the positive crankcase ventilation valve.
Yeah.
Early models had an issue that led to oil consumption.
Okay.
After 2014, they put in a revised part. If you can confirm that revised part is in there, you have dodged a potential $1,500 problem down the road.
So a quick check tells you a lot about the engine's future health. What's next?
Second, look at the turbo inlet pipe. It's plastic. If it's cracked, it's a cheap fix, under $100. But if the last owner didn't bother to fix a simple air leak, it tells you they were probably skipping the more important, more expensive maintenance too.
Good point. And the last one.
Test the infotainment touchscreen. The Q system. It's not mechanical, but some of the early ones had delamination issues, where the screen gets cloudy or unresponsive. It's about a $400 fix. You can use that to negotiate.
So the takeaway is pretty clear. You're getting a car with legitimate, premium European engineering for a bargain, just because the badge scares people away.
Mm-hmm. All right, on to our number 2 pick. This one brings us to the Mazda 6, the 3rd generation. And this is the car that really proves the cheapest thing to maintain doesn't always have a Toyota logo on it.
It really is. Our sources say the Mazda 6 has some of the lowest long-term repair costs in its entire class, yet it depreciates like it's, I don't know, got a disease or something.
Catastrophic depreciation is the phrase that comes to mind. The resale value just falls off a cliff. The market acts like there's some huge, expensive flaw baked in.
But there isn't. Mechanically, the Skyactiv platform is utterly solid. Mazda made a really smart choice. They just kept the core engineering simple, robust, and focused on durability, not complexity.
But if it's so robust, why is it always cheaper than the Accord and the Camry? Is it the interior quality or something? No, the trade-off isn't in quality. It's purely in brand recognition and sales volume. Mazda just doesn't sell as many, so the resale takes a hit. But under the hood, the decisions they made are pure common sense.
Like what?
Well, their 2.5-liter 4-cylinder uses a maintenance-free timing chain. It's designed to last the life of the engine, so no costly 100,000-mile belt replacement.
And the transmission choice is another huge win for used buyers, right?
Absolutely. They stuck with a conventional, traditional torque converter 6-speed automatic. This is so critical. You avoid all the expensive long-term headaches you can get with the CVTs from their competitors, and you avoid what I call dual-clutch gambling from the Europeans. Just proven durable tech.
That simplicity, I mean, that's what owners love. You had a great story about a high-mileage one that came into your shop.
Yeah, I did. The client brings in his 2016 model with a staggering 167,000 miles on it.
Wow.
And he was anxious. He'd budgeted several $1,000s for major work. He was conditioned by his previous cars to expect big failures at that mileage.
So what did the inspection find?
We checked everything. Suspension, diagnostics, looked for leaks. I mean, the works. And when I handed him the bill, which was zero, aside from the oil change he asked for, he actually thought I was messing with him.
He didn't believe you.
No. He said, "Where's the list of stuff I need to fix later?" And that moment, that genuine disbelief at getting a $0 estimate at 167,000 miles, that's the financial stability this Skyactiv platform gives you.
So let's nail down the savings. A 2017 Mazda 6 Touring, 70,000 miles, you're looking at 12 to 14 grand. A similar Camry SE is 17,000 minimum.
Right, so there's your $5,000 savings right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it keeps compounding. The most common big repair on a high-mileage Mazda 6 is a water pump around 140,000 miles. That's about $680.
Which is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, compared to an average surprise repair of $1,100 or more on a comparable Accord. The mechanic math is simple. Buy it for $12,000, spend maybe $2,500 in total maintenance over the next 150,000 miles, and you have the best dollars per mile deal in the category.
Okay, so if you're going to buy one, what are the 3 things you have to check?
First, play with the infotainment control knob on the center console. If it feels loose or sticky or doesn't register clicks right, that's a sign the previous owner was just rough on the car in general.
So a small detail that indicates bigger neglect. What about on the road?
On a highway test, get it up to around 45, then let off the gas sharply. If you feel a little shudder or a vibration, it's likely a worn motor mount.
Is that a big deal?
Not at all. It's a common issue, but it's a quick fix, about $350. And you can use that to negotiate the price down right away.
And the last specific warning?
Yeah, this is for the early ones, 2014 and 2015. Look very closely for paint bubbling around the edges of the hood and trunk. It was an adhesion issue. Mazda quietly extended the warranty on some of them, so it's worth checking.
So who is the Mazda 6 really for?
It's perfect for the driver who actually likes driving. It handles better than its rivals, and plans to keep the car way past 200,000 miles for the lowest possible cost. You only skip it if you absolutely need massive backseat space or you care a lot about resale value in 3 years.
We've made it to the top spot, car number 1. This is the vehicle that is, and this is amazing, the mechanical twin of the Lexus ES.
It is.
And yet, it's often priced the same or even lower than a smaller, less equipped Camry V6. It is the 7th generation Toyota Avalon.
This is, without a doubt, the best-kept secret in the used car market. The reason it's number 1 is because the market has completely misunderstood what this car actually is.
Let's unpack that Lexus connection. How deep does it really go? Are we talking similar parts or is it basically the same machine.
It's not basically the same. They are mechanically identical. The Avalon shares this platform, its incredible 3.5-liter V6 engine, the 2G RFE, and its 6-speed automatic with the Lexus ES 350.
And they were built on the same line.
Side by side on the exact same production line in Kentucky. The $8,000 price difference you pay for the Lexus. That's for softer leather, more sound deadening, and the badge. That's it.
I get the badge premium, but let's talk about that engine, the 2G RFE V6. People say it's maybe the most reliable six-cylinder Toyota ever built. What makes it so good?
It avoids all the modern complexity traps. It's not a direct injection engine, so you don't have the expensive carbon buildup issues. It uses a timing chain, not a belt, so you don't have that huge 90,000-mile service bill. And with no turbo, you have zero risk of a turbo failure. It's just simple, powerful, and reliable.
And that simplicity pays off in longevity. You've seen some with incredible mileage.
I've personally worked on 3 different cars with that exact engine that were well past 350,000 miles. All of them on their original transmissions, no major internal work needed. It's the definition of longevity.
So why on earth isn't the price reflecting this? Let's break down the pricing on a 2016 model with around 80,000 miles.
The pricing makes no sense. You find an Avalon XLE for $13,000 to $16,000.
Okay, that mechanically identical Lexus ES 350 is $21,000 to $24,000. That's an $8,000 premium for a badge. But even more baffling, the smaller Camry XLE V6 from the same year is often $15,000 to $17,000.
So you're saying the bigger, more luxurious Avalon is often cheaper than the Camry?
It is. The market is punishing the Avalon just because it has that grandma car image.
And that stigma is your advantage. The maintenance costs are just negligible.
Totally. Brake pads for all 4 wheels, maybe $280. Transmission fluid change, $180. Even a water pump, which is rare, is a straightforward $650 job. It's the definition of cheap to keep on the road.
Okay, if I'm seriously looking at one, what are the subtle things I need to inspect?
4 quick checks. First, run the VIN for dashboard recalls. Some 2013-14 models in hot climates had issues with cracking. Toyota extended the warranty, so just make sure it was done.
Look for uneven wear on the front tires. That's the classic sign of a neglected alignment. It's not a big deal, but it means the owner was skipping basic stuff. Use it to knock $100 off the price for the alignment you'll need.
And the third check.
On the higher trims, the Limited and XLE, test the infotainment touchscreen for lag. The tech is getting a little dated. It won't affect how it drives, but it's a quality of life thing you can use to negotiate.
And finally, your pro tip for finding the perfect one.
This is where you lean into that grandma car stereotype. You should specifically look for one owned by an elderly person.
Why is that?
They garage them, they follow the maintenance schedule to the letter, and they drive gently. A 60,000-mile Avalon owned by a retiree is basically a brand new car, ready for another 250,000 miles.
So this car is ideal for the highway commuter, people who need a ton of backseat room.
And anyone who wants Lexus reliability without pulling for the Lexus badge. You'd only avoid it if you need something sporty or have a tiny parking spot. It's a big car.
But if you're buying one car right now to drive trouble-free for the next 10 years at the lowest possible cost,
The Avalon is the answer. Full stop.
that was a really eye-opening deep dive. We've basically unmasked the cars where the market's perception is completely divorced from mechanical reality.
To quickly recap them. Number 3, the Buick Regal. You get German bones, a Japanese transmission, and a premium feel, all sold at a discount because of the badge.
Number 2, the Mazda 6. Cursed with bad depreciation, but blessed with incredible reliability and super low maintenance costs from that simple Skyactiv platform.
And the undisputed champion, the best-kept secret on the road. The Toyota Avalon, the mechanical twin of a Lexus, selling for thousands less and ready to give you 400,000 miles of service.
The actionable summary here is clear. You now know 3 cars you can get for under $15,000 that are built to outlast vehicles that cost twice as much.
Exactly. So the next time a salesperson tries to push you into that pricey 3-year-old German lease return that's about to hit its expensive maintenance cycle,
You'll know better.
you'll know better. Just think about the total cost of ownership. The purchase price of that Avalon, plus its lifetime maintenance, is often less than just the sticker price of the so-called safe alternatives.
Which leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to chew on. When you're faced with a choice and the cars are mechanically identical, how much is the badge really worth to you? Is that Lexus logo truly worth an extra $8,000? Or does long-term durability and the lowest possible cost to operate trump everything else? Drive smart, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.